Hello, I'm Matt from World of Ukes with a big string comparison video here. I happen to have 5 of these PKT-220G tenor ukuleles in a pineapple shape from Ohana, so they are all solid mango. I've got 5 examples of the same model and I'm going to play some samples with 5 different types of strings. I suppose you would call it maximising your content, so I'm actually going to use the Aquila strings as well as the 4 different types of aNueNue fluorocarbon that are available at the moment, just so that I don't have to do another demo video for the Ohana as well. Because I love pineapple, but once you've eaten it every day of the week, you want to change. So I think I'll just make the one video which will do the 2 purposes: a demo of the PKT-220G and a demonstration of the different properties of 4 different types of aNueNue fluorocarbon string on the same model. Now, with this sort of thing, it's not a perfectly scientific experiment. Probably a better way to do it, if I had the time, would be to play the sample on this one ukulele, then change the strings, then play exactly the same thing on the same ukulele, the exact same example of the ukulele, and then repeat that until I've done them all with the same instrument. But I think by the time I'd restrung and got settled in and then made the samples, I'd probably forget what I'd played on the first one. So I'm going to use the same model, but there will be 5 different examples. So a good comparison, but not perfect. So let's have a look at the strings that we are going to be listening to today. So the strings in this video are the standard Aquilas that the ukuleles are originally supplied with. Then we've got the clear water from aNueNue. We've got the black water from aNueNue. And then into the new ones, these are the green planet, so a tinge of green, and finally blue moon, which you can see a little bit more blue than the greens are green, if that makes sense. So it's taken quite a bit of time to get set up for this video, in part because I've set all of these ukuleles up with a lower action. I used to make videos with the ukes as they came, and Ohana, not bad at all. They arrive with an action about 3mm at the 12th fret, but I'm a bit like the princess and the pea these days. I feel like I can discern 0.25mm difference, so I've set these up with a little bit lower action, so they're at 2.5mm. I'm covered in dust still from the process, so I'll be able to play them nice and easily, but they're all exactly the same because the action height can influence the volume of the instrument. So yeah, they're all bang on 2.5mm at the 12th. Don't feel too sorry for me though, because for a start, no one's holding a gun to my head asking me to do this video, and also I'm kind of hoping that it might prompt some people to order some strings or one of these Ohana pineapple ukes. So there's definitely an ulterior motive. It's not purely in the name of science. When I've been getting these instruments ready, so I put the strings on a good few days ago, and every time I've passed, I've tuned them up again just to get them settled in. Otherwise I'd just be sat here tuning constantly. What would I say? So the fastest to settle in were the aNueNue clear waters. There was definitely more movement on the others. The slowest to settle in were the black waters. In the middle, the green planet and the blue moon. So I wouldn't say any of these were particularly difficult to settle in. They're there now. It's just been a few days and a few tune-ups. So we're not talking a great deal of difference, but if you were after a string that settles in a bit faster, then it would be the clear waters that I would go for. There's some little diagrams on the back of the packets that you get, and they've got little scales with different properties, so saying that this one has this much resonance on a scale of 1 to 5, but I'm not sure how useful they are because they're all very, very resonant apparently according to these graphs. But some observations from my early impressions of these strings. The highest tension would be the black water, then the next lowest tension would be clear water, and then the blue moon and the green planet both have a slightly softer tension, not soft but definitely softer, and a sort of smoother finger feel, a softer finger feel. They're all of the strings are completely smooth with no texture. So yeah, that's what I've noticed about them. I would say that the difference between the green planet and the blue moon, I felt like I could discern a slight smidgen more warmth in the greens than the blues. But sometimes I do wonder whether I just project things. You think, well, blue is a cool, crisp colour, so is that giving my mind a prompt to say, oh, they sound a little bit crisper and cooler. I think the same with mango wood. I always think it sounds sweet, and then I think, am I just thinking mango equals sweet? But anyway, hopefully you'll get something out of the video and you'll be able to draw your own conclusions. I think it'll help me as well when I watch back. When I've done sound comparisons in the past, sometimes you're watching a video and I play something quite lengthy, and almost by the time you've heard the next sound sample, you've forgotten what the first one was like. So certainly at the beginning, I'm going to play, it's not going to be very musical, but I'm going to play some very quick samples between each, so you can in a rapid fire sense, you can hear the comparison very quickly, which might be easier to get a feel for the different sounds. And I'm going to use the same pattern, same order each time. So I'm going to start with the Aquila each time, move to the clear water, then the black water, then the green planet, then the blue moon. So just I will put an image or a caption up each time, but if you have any visual impairments that prevent you from seeing that, just remember each time it's Aquila, clear, black, green, blue. Aquila, clear, black, green, blue. Right, that's enough talking. Let's have a listen to these different strings, Aquila, and then the 4 different of aNueNue variants. Okay. So that was a comparison of the Aquila strings and the 4 different types of aNueNue fluorocarbon: the clear waters, the black waters, the green planets and the blue moons, which I've just finished with there, using the Ohana PKT-220G all solid mango pineapple ukulele. So very fruity little number. Certainly I'll have to listen back as well to see if my initial observations that I reported at the beginning of the video sort of stack up when I listen to the sound. And what I definitely can say is that when going through the lineup, when I got past the black water strings and onto the green planets, then I definitely could feel the softer tension, and I particularly enjoyed that when doing the more complicated picking pieces. It's just the feel on my fingers was very pleasant, and definitely a difference from the black waters. The clear waters are the strings that I use on my own uke, so yeah, still like those. Yeah, so options, decisions. I'd love it if you could help me with any observations you had about the sound. That would help me just to narrow down my focus on what they sound like when giving people advice. You know, sometimes people say, oh, I'd like some strings that sound like X or Y, so it'd be good to get your feedback as well. So please do leave a comment, and please subscribe to my channel, which has over 500 ukulele related videos on it now. Yeah, so lots of strings. Hope you enjoyed that, and see you next time.
worldofukes.co.uk worldofukes.co.uk